Do you know your rights? Learn the law with us. Know your rights. Listen, ask, learn. Yes, this is your chance to educate yourself, empower yourself, and educate your community. Join with us. Today, know your rights.
Welcome to Know Your Rights. Computer systems are everywhere and control a great deal of our day-to-day lives. Computers make our lives so much easier, and with the development of information technology, all the people around the world are forced to use computer systems whether they like it or not. These computer systems can be used in good ways as well as bad ways. The bad ways are known as computer crimes or cyber crimes, which is any illicit action that includes a computer or a network or an associated gadget, for example, a mobile phone. As more and more incidents are being reported by victims of these crimes, in this series of Know Your Rights, we have chosen this topic to help you improve your understanding on cybercrimes and also how to avoid being a victim yourself. So, in order to do that, I have with me today Mr. Roshan Chandraguptha, the Principal Information Security Engineer at the Sri Lanka Computer Emergency Readiness Team, or what we call as Sri Lanka CERT. Welcome to Know Your Rights.
Yes, thank you very much.
So, let's begin by asking, how has the information technology become a threat to the modern society?
Yes, as you mentioned rightly so at the beginning, technology can be used for good purposes as well as for bad purposes by maybe small number of people who have some malicious ideas. So, in that case, sometimes by the using your computers and technology and internet and so on, you might be a victim of the cybercrime just because you don't know how to use it in a proper manner, or else some malicious person might target you so that you might be in trouble using this technology. So, for your day-to-day activities or your business purposes or whatever the reasons that you are using this technology, you might get into trouble, or it might be a threat because either you don't know how to use it, or you are a kind of a person who just fall for somebody else's messages and so on and so forth.
Okay, so what are the commonly reported crimes or incidents related to computers?
Yes, in Sri Lanka CERT, we do receive complaints from general public as well as from different organizations depending on these technology related things. So, I would categorize them basically to two types of it. One is without knowing how to use technology and so on and so forth, you get into trouble. So, that is if you what we call it as, if you don't know how to safely use this internet in a secure manner, then as a person you might get into trouble, might be financial fraud or something of that nature. On the other side of it, it is purely technical part, where if someone wants to hack into your say banking system and obtain money, so they are not looking at your personal issues or to personally harm you, but they are just interested in hacking into your bank account and collect money.
Yeah.
So, in that case, it's kind of a highly technical activity that the people who are technically savvy people might be going through it, and they might target you as a victim if you are not knowing how to use this internet. So, one side of it is purely a technical part, the other side would be some kind of a, as we call it as social engineering, where you try to trick a person to get info or to do some damage.
Okay. So, can we get an idea about the situation in Sri Lanka using the available statistics?
For over the years, we have been getting complaints from different people relevant to internet, because at that time when we started up that kind of a service for general public beyond our normal day-to-day activities, which is the information security and maintaining the government infrastructure and making sure that it is secure and so on. For general public, we thought, okay, why more people get into trouble is because either they are not aware of it, how to use it in a secure manner, or else they are just going to use technology without knowing how to use it in a proper manner. So, safe use of internet is something that we try to aware more people on that, so that they can be protected when they use this technology. And on the other hand, if you consider the number of complaints that we have received over the years, mostly since the social media is used by millions of people,
Yes.
the number of complaints are also in large numbers compared to the other type of issues like viruses and malware and so on. Those numbers would be per year like 20, 25, 30 or that less than 100 most of the time. But for social media related issues, that users of social media, they would complain, and we have roughly around 1,200, 1,300 and 3,400, 400
That's yearly or?
yearly
Okay.
complaints. And so far recently I just got the total number of complaints that we have received as well, that amount up to around 15,000 for the last 10 years or so.
Right, okay.
Social media related.
Okay.
So I don't call it as a crime itself,
Right.
the number of crimes, we
Yeah.
call it as incidents.
Incidents, that's
Because
right.
it might be a situation where user has forgotten their password, or they have just entered the password and set the settings as remember the password.
They
So
want
the
to recover their account.
Yeah, the account is remembering password, so the device is remembering the password, so you don't have to remember the password.
Yes.
So you are always on the login.
Yes.
But then all of a sudden either your device get lost or you sign out accidentally, then you figure out, okay, how do I get into my account back?
Yes.
So I don't remember the password.
Yes.
And then how to recover it, technically supporting them, okay, this is how you can get your account back, these are the options, and if you have set the options properly, you can get it back. Otherwise, unfortunately, you might not be able to say so, because you have to prove this is your account.
Yes.
So if you don't know anything about your account,
Yes.
the alternative email address, mobile number, whatever, then nobody will say, okay, this is your account.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Yeah.
proving is you need to have some evidence.
Yes. Okay, so you spoke about social media crimes or incidents, and what are the commonly reported social media incidents?
Yes, mostly we get around 80% of all the complaints that we receive relevant to social media is creating fake accounts.
Right, okay.
So fake accounts is somebody else might take my picture
Yeah.
and put it in the social media with my name or without my name,
Okay.
create an account and pretending to be me and talking to the others and either causing damage to me or might not damage to me as well.
Okay.
So there are two sides. Sometimes when the girls or women, they call and say, okay, there is a fake account by name and it's a real problem for me.
Yes.
Then we ask, okay, does it affect you directly? No, because sometimes that account or the picture is being used to create the account, and they are talking to the people whom that individual does not know anything about.
Right, right.
So in that case, there is no direct impact, but
Yeah.
of course, having a fake account is an issue for her. But sometimes if somebody close to her might create an account
Yes.
and talk to her relatives and neighbors and all that, then it causes a problem, pretending to be somebody else.
Yes.
So in that case, in most of the social media, you have the option of reporting them
Yes.
as a fake account or
Yes.
a account which just have my pictures, but it is not me.
Yeah, but sometimes it take a while for them to take down the account.
Yes, because Facebook or any other social media account, but they expect
Yeah.
from the general public
Yeah.
and general people who are going to use it is to use their real pictures and their real name and to create your own account, but not
Yes.
somebody else's account.
Right.
So initially at the beginning, when the Facebook is there was no option to report it even.
Yeah.
So then they realize, okay, there are people with some malicious idea who create fake accounts or accounts which does not belong to the real individual owner.
Yes.
So then they started up with these reporting mechanisms and how to report it and how many reports you need to get it. If I report account with my pictures, that would be the one that they will consider most. So that will be the most weighted complaint that they get.
Right.
But if my friends are reporting, it's also contains some weight.
Right. Right.
Then they will assess it, okay, whether this is a fake account or this is a real account, is the other one is the fake account and so on, and the Facebook and or the other organization who runs the websites will decide what to do about it.
Okay.
Because they don't give the, or they don't delegate the rights for that website for any
Right.
other organization to take action. So they are,
Okay.
whenever you create an account also, you agree to some set of terms and conditions of those organizations.
Yes, and
So-
you have to be really careful. You have to read those, like it's a small print, you know.
Yeah,
sometimes
small
you
print and a
miss
very
that.
long one.
That's
and
right.
Many people does not go through it,
Yes,
but
that's true.
ultimately it says this is your account and you are the one
Yes.
who is responsible for whatever the things being published on that and so on and
Yes.
so forth. So
Yes.
You
And
agree
that
on
was the excuse, I think, recently there was a scandal, I mean, in the US, like with all these data being given, you know, passed on to other third parties. And then their excuse of Facebook said that actually we have informed you, you know, to the users. The users are supposed to read and they're supposed to know,
Yes,
you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, by the law itself say, I mean, not knowing law is not an excuse.
That's
So
right.
they have given all the info upfront, and if you don't read it, it's our fault.
Yes.
It's not the company's fault.
Yes.
In that case, we have to be very careful, okay, to what terms and conditions we have agreed to, and whether they are violating their terms or we are not using it properly.
Yes. So other than Facebook, how about the other social media?
From other social media, time to time, some issues relevant to YouTube or Instagram and Twitter, very small number of complaints, but I guess majority of the Sri Lankans are using Facebook, maybe simply because most of my friends are on Facebook, so I want to be in Facebook, so that's a simple reason.
Right.
And they share pictures and comment and all kind of advantages that you have out of the Facebook.
Yes.
Make the people go into the Facebook more than the Twitter and the other, I believe.
Okay, so moving on from that, we also hear that financial frauds are on the increase, and how does that happen?
Yes, I mean it's very interesting over the years that when we receive complaints from different organizations, when we analyze it, we realize maybe about 5-6 years ago, or for a businessman, financial frauds are the things that they have to be very careful of. What can happen is, okay, you are a person who imports item from foreign country, you deal all the things through email.
Yes.
Because it's easy for you to send an email and you receive an email and you order and everything happens through email.
Yes.
Then about 5 years ago, time to time they received an email stating, okay, please deposit money to this particular bank account, because our normal usual bank account is not unable to receive money during this time.
Yes.
So then as a businessman, I would say, okay, I'm still negotiating the business deal, so how do I get this kind of a message all of a sudden? Then you don't fall for it.
Yeah.
But now the bad guys are a little bit ahead.
Yes.
So what they do is they either get into your account or to the other business party person's email account, and they will monitor what is your conversation.
Okay.
So they will wait until I make the order and I'm ready to pay.
Okay.
At that time, they would send an email as if from your business partner stating, okay, during this time it is unable to receive the money, please deposit money to this particular bank account.
Right.
So if they don't verify the message, whether they have changed the bank account or they send a different bank account or whatever, then some people have deposited money.
Yes.
So some organizations have lost quite a lot of money during this process, because they just receive the email, they give it to the accounts department, okay, send the money quickly so that we can get the item quickly, but ultimately they don't get the items or money.
So talking about also e-commerce, like I got recently one complaint from, he was saying that he bought this phone and they gave an address, actually it's a bank account number in Sri Lanka, and they said they're going to send the phone, an iPhone from the US, and he put the money in, you know, like, because he approached him on WhatsApp actually, and so he was very convincing, like, you know, he was messaging me, it was very nice, so I thought, okay, and the phone was only 40,000, so you have to think like, for 40,000 can you get an iPhone? So this person actually deposited the money in the bank account, and then he did not hear from that person afterwards. So this happened very organized, well organized.
Yeah, I mean, even in this kind of a scenario, what we have to carefully is it's e-commerce, yes, using electronic commerce is the term that we use, but in that particular case it might be just a business deal, or the conversation is only on the e part. Payment is going to, I go to the bank and deposit the money. So e-commerce, in the sense, it had to be the contracts and the payments and everything supposed to be through the internet system. If you pay by a credit card, and then obviously there is more security. Involved in it, so that you know to whom you are paying and so on and so forth. And obviously everybody wants to get all the items, iPhones or whatever the items, at a very low price. So if the price is unbelievably low, so you have to be very careful whether this is a true case or not. I mean, that's why, I mean, whenever you want to purchase something, you have to go for a reliable person who provide the warranty, and there's a place as an organization who does the businesses and so on. Online businesses, yes, Amazon, they say, I mean, they don't have they don't have office as such. They just collect it from the other vendors and send it to you. Over the years, they have been doing it, and people have trust on it, and they don't do any such a fraudulent activities.
Amazon,
so
that's
not,
more established.
that is just one example, but e-commerce, purchasing item online, there are enough number of what do you call it, a reliable organization where you
That's
can
right.
purchase it.
Yes, you always
So
have
if
to
you
go
just
to, yeah.
for that is the choice that you make,
Yes.
whether you want to get the original from for this price
Yeah.
or you risk losing 40,000 for iPhone.
If it's a small amount, that's fine. You can forget it. 1,000,
But
2,000 rupees, okay, you forget it even if you don't get it. But otherwise, just you have to be
you have to, and
careful.
then even 2,000 rupees just for you. But if he
Yeah.
has fraudulently act on that for 1,000
That's
people,
right, yeah.
that person might
Yeah.
have earned a lot of money.
Yeah, oh, that reminds me of another matter, which is pyramid schemes that I
Yeah.
read recently somewhere that pyramid schemes are also on the increase in Sri Lanka.
Technically speaking, pyramid schemes, even in from the central bank, they have said, okay, carrying out any type of pyramid schemes are illegal in Sri Lanka, whether it is online or offline or whatever the way. So basic concept of a pyramid scheme is it works as a pyramid.
Yes.
So I join some kind of a activity, and if I get more people into that, or if I have more people on my left hand side and right hand side or something of that nature, and if that benefits me, then that is a pyramid scheme. So if you are in any of those I don't know, maybe providing interest for your money or buying items or whatever, and if that gives you an advantage of having more people introduced to the system by yourself,
Right.
that's a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
So whenever you go into a business or some kind of a competition or whatever it is, they might call it in different ways. I mean, the basic concept is a pyramid,
Yes.
but they call it in different terms.
Yes.
You need to be careful and think about it. Okay, how does it happen? So how do I get more money when I get more people into this particular
Yes.
activity?
An unbelievable return.
Returns,
Sometimes they're
and
promising.
of course, for first few people who are in that case might be benefited,
Yeah.
but obviously there will be lots of people who will be losing money or their wealth or whatever on that particular line if you go into. So it's you have to be very careful. I mean, there is no free lunch.
Yes.
So in that case, and cheap items are
Yes.
not always there is a
Yeah,
catch.
it's just a lot of the people want to just sit back and make money.
Make
So
money
those
out
are the
of it.
people who are being targeted mostly.
Yeah, mostly, and sometimes you see some advertisement in the internet saying, okay, you can earn 100,000 rupees by sitting at your home.
Yes,
How do I-
part-time jobs.
Part-time jobs, but yes, of course, there are some jobs that you can do in that
Yes.
such a manner. There are freelancing, software development, and so on and so forth that you can do. And at the same time, some person might say, okay, please register with me. I will give you some information to earn money
Yes.
and ways to earn money.
I've been seeing that a lot actually on Facebook. Like, there are these groups and they're posting, okay, data entry job and this, that. Okay, you need to have only 2,000 rupees with you initially, and then you can make like 50,000
Yeah, I
rupees a
mean,
month, things like that,
Yeah, I mean, actually, data entry kind of a job, yes, you can do so. But there were some cases where people have advertised, okay, we have this typesetting jobs.
Yes.
So to prepare documents
Yeah.
or biodata or whatever, they provide it as a service, and if you register with me, I will give you some jobs. Based on the jobs, I will pay you. So you might think, okay, I can do some typesetting, so I can do that.
Yes.
But for that kind of activity, a person who is giving you the job has to sit with you and to decide, okay, whether this is good enough
Yes.
or like a design is good enough or whatever it is. So
Yeah.
it cannot be done online.
Yes.
So in that case, that kind of activity might be most of the time might be a fraud, where
Right.
they try to just to register with you maybe with 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees.
That's right.
But if I do it for 1,000 people,
That's
I
right.
might be
Yeah.
earning a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So now, today in Sri Lanka, we know that there are more mobile connections than the number of population. So we see the crimes or incidents using mobile phones are also on the increase. So what type of crimes that
Yeah.
can happen?
Time to time, we do get reports. Some time back, if you go back and see, there were so many incidences reported in police. I have been in the media saying that you got a missed call from some unknown number. You try to call them back and see who it is, and then you get into a friendship or relationship, and then ultimately you lose some money for some reason, or you lose your respect or whatever the consideration. So that kind of things do happen. So you have to be very careful to whom you are talking to and what you are talking. So sometimes it might be a kind of a joke, or it might be a real, say, set of organized group is doing that.
Yes.
So in that case, you might run into trouble. So just not only the mobile phone, and mobile phone have become more powerful, and it's almost like a computer, and it is a computer,
Right.
but it is more powerful, and people very rarely now carry a laptop because
Yeah.
you can do all the things through using a mobile phone.
That's right.
So you have all the emailing,
Banking,
and
yeah.
banking software, all the things that you want to do in day-to-day activities, you do it
Yes.
through your mobile phone.
Yes.
So whatever the messages you get, whatever the calls that you get, you have to be very careful and to see how it
Yeah.
works, because if you are careful, of course you can be protected.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might be.
But some people are careful, but still that they don't know, all these, how they operate. So some people, they're like innocent, they become innocent victims. How about this verification codes? I saw that that is also being used.
Used, yeah. I mean, most of the time for social media websites, usually your security is only the username and password.
Yeah, like Viber,
Yeah, I mean,
WhatsApp,
if you consider-
Facebook.
Yeah, if you consider the Facebook, email,
Yeah, you
Yahoo,
have that
Hotmail
option,
and
yeah.
so on, you have the username and password. And for the verification code is you can set your account so that you will get a mobile SMS,
Text message.
text
yeah.
message with a verification code to verify that this is you.
Yeah.
Because if you know my password or if you can guess my password,
Yes.
you can enter into my account.
That's
but if I
right.
have put my mobile number,
Yeah.
whenever you put my password,
Yeah.
I will get SMS.
That's right.
Usually I will have my phone with me.
Yeah.
So then I know, okay, somebody is trying to log into my account, so something is somewhere wrong.
Yes. Yes.
So that is some way of protecting yourself. Talking about the Viber and WhatsApp, there's some concerns. Like for simple example, how does the Viber or WhatsApp or email for that matter verify whether this mobile number belongs to you is through a SMS.
That's right.
So if I know your mobile number, which
Yes.
obviously the case,
Yes.
so I can install Viber or WhatsApp in my mobile phone
Right.
with your name,
Right.
with your number.
Okay.
So then the Viber will send a SMS to verify whether that number is with me.
Right. So
And
it
they
comes
send-
to my phone.
It goes to you.
Yes.
So then somebody asks, okay, how do I get the number from you?
Yes.
So I can call you up and
Right.
say, okay, I tried to send you a message and there was a verification code. Did you receive any number? I receive a number like this, or some kind of a story. So you think, okay, I'm trying to contact you through Viber or
Yeah,
WhatsApp, and
yeah.
this is why I'm asking the code. So you
Yes.
will provide me the code.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
when you provide me the code, I have the phone with your phone number. I'm on WhatsApp or Viber or emo.
Using my account from your phone.
Yes. So
Yeah.
whatever the things that you chat with others, I
Yeah.
can check,
Yeah.
and I can chat to the others pretending
Yes.
to be you, because it
Yes.
is your mobile number and everybody believes that it's you,
That's right. Yeah.
which is not the case.
Yes.
So there were so many cases that funny enough, in one occasion I explained this scenario.
Okay.
There were some people on the audience, and soon after the presentation, that one gentleman came up to me and said, okay, I think so this happened just now to
Oh,
me.
okay.
I said, okay, what happened? Then one of his friends has messaged him and say, okay, I'm trying to add you to a WhatsApp group,
Right.
but I cannot add you. That they have said that they have sent you a verification code.
Uh-huh.
Please give it to me. So
Right.
he has given the verification code to that fellow,
You're right.
and by
And he
was
got
with
access to his WhatsApp.
account, and
Yes.
by the time that I was delivering the lecture itself.
Okay, yeah. So, how about various mobile phone applications? We know now anybody can make a application and they can put it on Android market, and it's free, so you can download it. So, what are the threats of using these applications?
Yes, that's an interesting question as well, because most of the people, whenever they have the smartphone, they try to install as much as apps possible
Yes.
to do various things, maybe to do photo editing or send messages, well,
Yes.
like Viber, WhatsApp and so on,
Yes.
or else some other things as well. So what can happen, anyone can develop the software.
Yes.
So a genuine app or any other malicious software like a
Right.
virus, malware, ransomware, anything
Okay.
is just another software code or a
Right.
set of instructions.
Okay.
So what can happen is, if I am having a malicious idea, I can have a malicious software
Right.
given into the public in the maybe Google Play Store or iPhone iStore. But for the Apple phones, they do go through a very strict verification process to find out whether these codes are malicious or not. But in other Google Play Store also, they have verified this one as a true and genuine and secure application as well. So before you download anything, you need to check whether it is verified by them as a secure software.
Okay.
So, but some time back, I can remember there was an example, like in most of the mobile phone, you have a flashlight.
Okay.
So it's generally you can switch it on and switch it off.
Okay.
But there was enough number of apps in the internet stating that using this app, you can increase and decrease the light level
Okay.
of the torch of your
yeah.
mobile phone
Yes.
in a increasing and decreasing manner.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool.
Right.
You can just
Yeah.
have a different level,
Yeah.
intensity level of
Yeah.
the light. So many people have downloaded it, and they, depending on the surrounding, they would use it and so on and so forth. But then one security agency has done a research
Okay.
on the topmost 10 downloaded flashlight applications.
Right. Okay.
So they said
Okay.
all of those apps
Right.
does what they say. They
Okay.
increase and decrease the light as
Right.
they say.
Okay.
At the same time, they try to access your SMSs and other messages and phone gallery as well.
Okay.
So for a torch application, why do you want to access your pictures?
Yeah.
It's a concern.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, yes, it might be fishy. So why they wanted to look at your pictures?
Yeah, they actually sell most of the information to third parties
It
most
could
of
be.
the
It could be.
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is one side for it. And some person might say, okay, in my mobile phone, there's nothing to be taken. It's only just my pictures and my messages with my friends and hi bye kind of messages.
Yeah.
But the hackers or the malicious guys are not interested about your photos or your messages. They might want your device.
Device.
So if they wanted to do any malicious activity, they will not do it from their computer.
Right.
They will come into your phone.
Okay.
Through your phone, they will do any malicious thing.
Right.
Ultimately, if police find it out, okay, who is behind this, and they will come up and knock at your doorstep, saying, okay, from your mobile phone, this happens.
Okay.
But you might not be aware of it because we
Yes.
have downloaded some, say, shady applications.
Right.
So you
Right.
need to be always careful when you download applications and install in your mobile, for that matter, in your computer.
Okay. So what's your advice when using the internet? What are the other measures that the public should be taking? For example, like using passwords, using logins.
Yeah, I mean, if it is your own device, using your password, it's not a concern. But if you are using a public computers, like in an
Right.
internet cafe or maybe at an airport or a common center for university students, generally there are lab classes and so on, computer labs.
Yes.
If you are using a common PC, you have to be very careful whether to use your password in that particular scenario or not. If it
Okay.
is urgent only, you use it. Otherwise, if you are not sure about the computers, whether they try to take your password and so on, always be careful.
Okay.
And only if it is required, you do so.
Okay.
And also for the password, when you logging into that kind of a common computers, definitely you need to sign out from the account itself.
Okay.
Sometimes just closing the browser will not help you. You
Okay.
need to sign it out clearly.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you just close it up the browser,
Okay.
you think, okay, you are signed out, but
Yes.
it's not the case.
Right. Okay.
So that is something that you need to be careful of. And also, if you can always use the two-factor authentication that we briefly talked about earlier, where you have the username and password entered, and in your account settings, you have your mobile number. So
Okay.
whenever you enter your password, you will get a SMS
SMS.
with
yeah.
a code, so that you know, okay, I give the code and you log in. And even
Okay.
in that case, if somebody steals your password,
Right.
still that person will not be able to log in because SMS will come to your phone.
Okay.
So
And also, like, this is a very, I mean, it's not something you should even tell, but people still do it. I mean, when they're giving a password, they use some passwords that are very easy to guess, you
yes,
know.
obviously, if anyone wants to hack into some person's account,
Yeah.
you will look at your name, your girlfriend, boyfriend name, husband,
Yeah.
wife name, kid's name, vehicle
Yeah.
number. Those are very
Birthday,
common.
yeah.
Birthday, maybe, I don't know, so many simple things that you can remember.
Yes.
But you have to have a very strong password in a way.
A combination of
Combination
numeric.
of those
yeah.
things, and combination of capital letters, simple letters, and numbers and symbols.
Symbols. Yeah.
And something does not represent your, say, known facts.
Yes. And
So
also you have to regularly change the
Change
passwords
it.
also.
So regularly change it, and of course you have a Facebook account, Yahoo account, and your computer account and banking accounts and so on. You have to have set of passwords.
Right.
So my advice or simple example is password is like a toothbrush.
Yes.
So you don't share it with anybody,
Yeah.
it's yours.
Yes.
And also you need to regularly change it.
Yes.
So otherwise it won't work.
Okay.
And also you might have to have so many passwords
Yes.
for different accounts, and
Yes.
it should not be the same as well.
Okay.
So for my Facebook account and for my email account and my WhatsApp account or whatever the password that you put in have to be different from the other,
Okay.
and not easily guessed by some other individual who knows about little bit of you.
Okay. So let's talk about your organization. What is the role of Sri Lanka CERT?
Yes, in Sri Lanka CERT, what we basically do is the information security. So it is initiated in 2006, and main task of at that time is to make sure that the government infrastructure and the Sri Lanka project, when they implement it, all the computerized networks are secure, and if there are any incidences, viruses, malware, or that sort, to respond to that and to figure out how to come up with a technical solution for that.
Okay.
So over the years, when the people try to use the internet more and more, and when they get into some sort of a trouble, they wanted to have some kind of organization to help them out.
Okay.
So at that time, most of the people looked up to us and say, okay, you are the national CERT, so why don't you help us? So
Right.
then we started this awareness workshops for general public through electronic media and printed
Okay.
media and so on. So we do help the general public on technical means
Okay.
to find out some technical solutions for their issues that they come up with it.
Okay.
Our main focus is incident response and making sure the government and private sector organization networks are secure. So we are a full member of AP CERT, Asia
Okay.
Pacific Computer Emergency Readiness Team,
Right.
and also the first Forum of Incident Response Teams, which is the worldwide organization having all the CERTs team from all over the world.
Right.
So it might be from Facebook, it might be from Yahoo, Google, Amazon, Dell, HP, Microsoft, you name it. I mean, all the big players are there.
Okay.
So for exchanging technical means, we can do so.
Okay.
So if there is a new malware is coming in or virus coming in, they would inform, okay, this kind of things do happen. This is how you can overcome it, and these are the workaround. And then we will inform the relevant parties.
Okay.
Okay, this is kind of a thing is happening. Be careful on that, and this is how you can get out of it.
Okay. So now, if the public comes to you, somebody comes to you with a complaint, what is the process that you follow when you're doing the investigations?
Yes, from our end, what we do is we provide them technical support only.
Right.
So it's not like in a police where we write down the complaints and give them a reference number and so
Right.
on and so forth.
Okay.
But what we can support is technically
You
support
just guide them, how
guide
to
them and advise them.
okay.
Okay, this is what you can do, and this is what has happened, and this is how you can make sure that this will not happen to you again.
Okay, whether it's a virus attack or whether it's a fake
Yes,
account or
yeah.
FB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fake accounts and things, yes, how do you can get it removed from the Facebook,
Right.
and if you want to take legal action, of course they have to go to the police and make a complaint
Right.
to find out who is behind that and who is the person responsible for that. So that is the law enforcement part, which is handled by the police, most of the time computer crime division in the CID as well.
Okay. So Sri Lanka CERT is it's a legal body or is it just an investigative?
We would say it's a national CERT,
Okay.
provide technical advisories
Okay.
in technical means, and even for law enforcement or any other organization wishes to have technical support
Okay.
for investigation also, we can provide some technical know-how.
Okay.
But obviously we are not what do you call it, enforced or empowered to go and question people or investigate and go collect
Right.
information from other service providers. We are not allowed to do so. In the
Right.
sense like it's out of our scope.
Okay.
So you have to have the law enforcement authority power to do
Yeah.
that.
So who is the law enforcement authority? Like other than you, who else is there in Sri Lanka
law
right now?
enforcement authority is the police.
Police, the
and
cyber crimes
cyber
division.
crime division or any other police division even for that matter from our end, but we can provide is the technical support only.
Right, okay. So we learned a lot today regarding cybercrime. So thank you very much for joining with us today, Mr. Chandraguptha.
You're welcome.
So dear friends, we hope you learned something from this discussion regarding computer crimes. We hope that you will be making use of it by not only watching but also by actively joining in these discussions. If you have any queries regarding computer crimes or any other matter, you can write to us at help@knowyourrights.lk or send us a Facebook message so that we can address them in the upcoming programs. We will be meeting you soon again and discussing more on this topic. I'm Rajeevi Mapalagama. Thanks for joining Know Your Rights. Thank you.
Know Your Rights. For more information, visit us at www.knowyourrights.lk or visit our Facebook page, Know Your Rights SL, or email us at help@knowyourrights.lk.